Okay, we've just entered a trade here, as you can see, at 1078.25, and there's a couple of different prices in there. There's two right together there at 78.50 and 78 even. So we've entered in between the two of them at 78.25. And as you can see, I'm just entering the trades manually here. So we are now short 4 contracts, and I've just placed the buy limit for 2 at 3 ticks for half of the position, and the buy limit for 1 contract, or 1/4 of the position, um, at 76.75. So we're just going to let those orders hold for a minute or so here. I would usually put in a protective buy stop 6 ticks above, but as you can see in this particular example, we also have an indication to get short at 79.50. So I'm just going to let this play out a little bit, and then perhaps go ahead and enter that trade also at 79.50. So there's some good resistance here. As a matter of fact, you can see earlier in the day, just some 10-15 minutes ago, we had an indication to get short fairly soon after the open. You can see the arrows up there at around 1086. There's two down arrows there, and we're able to get short on that trade at 1085 even, 1084.75, and you can see the market had a tremendous fall just after that with that magenta bar when it sold off. And so that trade worked out tremendously well. So we just exited our first objective there, as you can see, for a 3/4 point profit. And now we're looking to get to buy 1/4 of the position back, still at 78.75. But what I'm doing right here is just placing the protective buy stop 3 ticks above where I entered. So just in case the market does have a bit of a bounce here, we will be able to go ahead and exit that trade at a break-even scenario, just keeping our stops pretty tight here, and trying to manage it as best we can from that standpoint. So the other thing I'm going to look at too is at 79.50. I would like to get short in that area, and I'm just going to give this particular trade a few more minutes to see how it transpires as to whether or not I'm going to go ahead and place that order. When I'm already in a trade like this, I usually like to see one trade through until I enter another one. So we'll just kind of wait and see on that. That first trade of the day though was great, because that short entry that we had up there around 85, that thing dropped below 76, and we were able to exit that trade at 77.25. So that was about an 8-point gain on the final partial on that first trade today. So you can see here that it's just kind of hovering a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and put in that sell limit. You can see I'm doing this manually for 4 contracts at that price of 79.50. Okay, so we just got stopped at a break even on that trade, so we just bought 2 back to exit that trade at break even. And so we'll go ahead here and see if we can get filled on the third trade of the day here. Okay, we've just been filled here, 79.50, so I want to go ahead and quickly put my order in to buy 2 back at 3 ticks, which would be at 78.75. So I'll just place that order in here, and you can see it's down to that price already. Okay, there we are, filled already. So we're out of half of the position already for 3 ticks on that. So I'll go ahead here and put my other order in to buy 1/4 of the position back at 78 even, and I will now put in my buy stop 3 ticks above my entry price. This buy stop will be at 1080.25 because I'm short from 1079.50, and you can see that I put that in for 2 contracts because I have 2 contracts remaining on this 4 contract trade that I've just executed here. So wait to see. It looks like it's very close to getting down there and hitting our second objective, which is plus 1.5 points. So we'll just wait and see if the market can come down and hit that price. So this has been a fairly bearish move here, and in our video and in our update yesterday, we had mentioned that either the 93 or 97 area would likely act as resistance. 93 did act as nice resistance. Overnight, it fell off from 93 quite a ways. I think it got down to about 84 or something like that. And then just prior to the jobless claims number at 8:30, the market had a quick little pop up to 95 and then sold off all the way down to 83. So our resistance areas are holding pretty good here going into the day, and so the break lower here really does coincide with our view that the market would likely want to sell off, have more of a preference on the short side than the long side. So it has been able to do that, which is good. So it's kind of falling into place here, and really worked out great with that first trade. Unfortunately, I was just getting the video set up at that time and wasn't able to include it in this particular video. But so this is actually the third trade that we've had today. So we're just waiting to see if this can dip on down and hit 78, and if it can, then we will move our protective stop to break even, which is our short entry on this trade at 79.50. Okay, we're just going to keep watching this. Don't want to keep watching this forever, but we'll give it a few more minutes anyway. Yeah, just to confirm, that first trade of the day was short at 1084.75, and we're able to hold it all the way down here. We use our paint bars to adjust our stop, so our final stop was 2 ticks above the lowest paint bars high, and that came in at 76.75. So we exited that trade at 77.25. So from 84.75 to 77.25 was a really nice trade. So that what was that? 7.5 points. That was a really nice trade to get that kind of that number of points on the final partial. So here the market has come down and hit the price, hasn't filled us. So rather than wait to see if we get filled, I will adjust the stop to break even anyway on the final half. Okay, so on this particular last trade, we only made profits on the first half of the position. So the second trade of the day was break even. This third trade that just finished was we only made profit on the first 2 contracts, but the first trade was the real big winner, where we met our first 2 objectives and had a 7.5 point gain on the final.